I've been taking this Finasteride for 15 months, 1 mg every day for hair loss. And until I got my blood panel done, I had never been told exactly which hormone Finasteride was suppressing inside my body. My doctor was like, Kash, just take this pill. It slows hair loss, side effects are rare. And that is the conversation most men have with their doctors before starting Finasteride. So this video is the conversation they should have had. Okay, so Finasteride works by blocking one hormone, DHT, dihydrotestosterone. And here's the thing, DHT is not a minor hormone. It is the most potent androgen in the human body, up to 10 times more biological active in specific tissues than testosterone. So when you take Finasteride, you are suppressing approximately 70% of that hormone every single day. And my DHT came back at 374, mid-range on the reference scale. But here is what that number actually means. So if Finasteride is suppressing my DHT by 70%, my estimated DHT before Finasteride was approximately 1247, well above the reference ceiling. So I'm mid-range on Finasteride because my baseline was exceptionally high, and this raises the question that this video answers. What exactly is DHT doing in your body, and what are you trading when you suppress 70% of it to save your hair? So by the end of this video, you will know the answer. And you will know 3 specific things every man on Finasteride should be monitoring, and almost nobody is. Right, so what does DHT actually do? Most men assume it is basically testosterone, just a stronger version. Same job, different potency. However, testosterone and DHT have distinct jobs in distinct tissues. Testosterone is your systemic anabolic hormone. It builds muscle mass. It drives red blood cell production. It supports cardiovascular health. It circulates through the body doing broad hormonal work. DHT is different. DHT is produced locally inside specific tissues when testosterone enters them and gets converted by an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. It does not circulate the way testosterone does. It acts right where it is produced. And in those specific tissues, it does things testosterone cannot replicate. So 3 things specifically. 1, libido. DHT acts directly on the brain regions that govern sexual desire, not general motivation, specific sexual desire at the neurological level. Testosterone contributes, but DHT is the signal that converts testosterone's presence into active desire. And that is why some men on Finasteride report libido disappearing despite normal testosterone. The testosterone is there, the signal that activates it is not. Second point, mood and mental clarity. DHT converts in the brain into compounds that regulate calmness, anxiety, and emotional stability. The pathway is unique to DHT. Testosterone does not replicate it. When Finasteride suppresses DHT, it suppresses this pathway too. This is the mechanism behind the mood change, brain fog, and anxiety that some men experience on Finasteride. 3, genital sensitivity and function. DHT is the primary driver of penile tissue sensitivity and nerve function in adult men. Low DHT is associated with reduced erectile quality and reduced genital sensation independently of testosterone levels. Now, one thing DHT does not do that most men assume it does not drive muscle mass. A JAMA study confirmed this. Men who had their DHT blocked showed no significant difference in muscle size or strength compared to men who did not. If you are on Finasteride and worried about your gym performance, that specific concern is not well supported by science. Your muscle is not meaningfully dependent on DHT. But your libido, your mood stability, and your genital sensitivity are. And testosterone alone cannot replace them. This is the trade-off. Finasteride suppresses approximately 70% of the hormone governing your neurological sexual drive, your brain's calming neurosteroid system, and your genital sensitivity. In exchange, it slows the miniaturization of hair follicles in genetically susceptible scalp region, mostly this area. The trade-off may be completely worth it for you. It may be for me, I'm still on it. But you deserve to know precisely what you are trading. And you deserve to know what to monitor. So if the trade-off is shifting in the wrong direction, you can catch it early. And that is what the next section covers. Right. So you're on Finasteride or you're considering it. What should you actually be tracking? Most men on Finasteride monitor one thing, their hair. Is it working? Are they losing less? That is it. That is not enough. And here are 3 numbers every man on Finasteride should know. And most never test. Number 1 is DHT. Get it tested before you start Finasteride if possible. Establish your baseline. Then test it again at 3 months and 12 months on the drug. Why does the baseline matter? Because Finasteride suppresses DHT by approximately 70%, regardless of where you start. A man with a baseline DHT of 40 will land approximately at 120 on Finasteride, well below the reference range. That is clinical DHT deficiency. He will feel it. He may not know why. A man with baseline of 1247, like my pre-estimated Finasteride level, lands at approximately 374 on Finasteride. Still mid-range, still functional, same drug, same dose, completely different outcome depending on where you started. Number 2, total testosterone and estrogen. Finasteride blocks the conversion of testosterone to DHT. As a result, total testosterone rises modestly, approximately 10 to 15%, because less of it is being consumed by that conversion pathway. So for most men, this is a neutral finding. But in men who already carry excess body fat, which drives higher aromatase activity, more available testosterone means more converting to estrogen. The T is to E ratio we discussed last week can shift in the wrong direction. And this is why monitoring estrogen alongside DHT matters, especially if you have gained weight since starting Finasteride or if your testosterone to estrogen ratio was already on the lower boundary. Number 3, how you actually feel. So every 3 months, ask yourself 4 questions. Is my libido where it was before I started? Is my mood stable? Basically your baseline energy, resilience and drive. Is my thinking clear? Words coming out easily, focus, sustained? Is my genital sensitivity normal? These 4 questions are your early warning system. More reliable than any blood panel in the first instance. If any of them shift after starting Finasteride and you cannot explain it another way, that is your signal. Not necessary to stop the drug, but to investigate. Get your THT tested. Consider topical Finasteride, which has lower systemic impact. Talk to a practitioner who understands the full picture. Before I go, one more thing worth knowing. A real subset of men experience symptoms, sexual, neurological, psychological, that persist after stopping Finasteride. Regulatory agencies in the US, UK, and Sweden have formally acknowledged this. Most men will not experience this, but every man on Finasteride deserves to know it exists. So monitor intelligently. This is the only antidote. So basically, to conclude, DHT is not testosterone. It governs specific things testosterone cannot replace. Finasteride suppresses 70% of it. The trade-off may be worth it. It is for me. I'm still taking it. But informed is better than uninformed. And monitored is better than unmonitored. Know your baseline DHT, track your total testosterone and estrogen levels, check in with yourself every 3 months on those 4 questions. That is it. If this video gave you something useful, subscribe. Every Tuesday, one video, one topic for men in their 40s and 50s who want to understand what is actually happening inside their body. And if you're ready to go deeper, not just the general framework, but your specific numbers, your specific picture, your specific roadmap, the Empower Diagnostic is where the conversation begins. 45 minutes, one-on-one. I go deep into your specific health picture through a detailed clinical intake. If you have blood work, bring it. If you do not have, No problem. I will tell you exactly what to test and send you a full analysis within 48 hours. The link is in the description. I'm Akash. Namaste.